Okay, I think we are live. Let me just confirm. Okay. Oh yeah, we are live. Okay, I want to get it pulled up on my phone so I can see your comments or see if anyone is on and joining. Okay, there we go. All right.
Oh yeah, we are live. Okay.
Let me turn that off. Okie dokie. This new Facebook Live setting is interesting, to say the least. So let me get my notes up. Today, most people got their stimulus checks, or they've been getting it all week. If not, don't worry. The IRS is depositing or mailing these checks in waves. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, that's okay. They meaning the IRS, created a check your payment portal on their website. So if you haven't gotten yours, you can go check the status of your payment and see if they need any information from you. So that is if you have not gotten yours. But I think most people in the City Girl Savings community have gotten their stimulus check, but if not, this information is still going to be helpful to you. I did a poll earlier in the week asking what everyone plans to do with their check, and the responses were fantastic. A lot of save or pay off debt, which I think is phenomenal and a very smart way to use your stimulus money. But I want to talk a little bit more in detail about how you can make the most of this extra $1,200 or however much you get and really leverage it to improve your situation. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today. If you are catching the replay, say hello, drop a comment. If you're catching me live, let me know. But let's dive in. Smart ways to use your stimulus check. So if this money hit your account today or earlier this week and you haven't spent it yet, hold off, right? I want you to really think through what you can do with this extra money. But first and foremost, let's just start with the basics. Do you have any bills past due? If the answer is yes, use this money to help you get current. Michi says, what if you're not getting it but still want to save? Hey, Michi, if you're not getting it, that's totally fine. If you're coming into any extra money, save it. I'm not sure if you have a budget plan or not, but your budget should tell you how much you can afford to save compared to your income, your bills, and what's left over. So that leftover amount is what you should be saving. If you have extra income, what I'm going to walk you through will also help you allocate what to do with it. But getting back on track. So if you have any bills that are past due, you will want to use this stimulus check to get current. You never want to be behind, right? Because every new month, it's like you're starting from behind, from backwards. We don't want that. We want a fresh slate every month. That's what makes the most effective budget. So if any bills are past due, use your stimulus check to help you get current. Next thing is, did you lose any income because of the coronavirus? So if you were laid off, if you had a reduction of hours, if you were furloughed, that is something to really think about in making sure this stimulus check takes you as far as it can, right? If not, if your income is safe, good deal. We'll talk about that a little later. But if you have lost income, I really want you to think about your most pressing financial priorities. So make a list of everything that you know, no matter what, needs to get taken care of, be it rent or utilities, childcare expenses, whatever it may be, make a list and indicate how much that's going to cost you. Hi, Lena. Thanks for joining. you want to make sure that even if you have lost your income, you are fully aware of what priorities still need to get taken care of. And once you figure that out, you can say, okay, well, my stimulus check is X amount, my rent is a little bit less than that. Now I have rent for an extra month. So you'll want to make sure you use your stimulus check for those most pressing priorities if you have lost your income. And another thing to keep in mind is that your goal should be to supplement that income as quickly as possible, especially if you have those pressing priorities, you don't have a savings, and you were really relying on that income to help make sure you continue staying afloat. But, assuming that your income hasn't changed and this is really just an extra lump sum that hit your bank account, there are some smart ways to use it so that you can get ahead or build wealth or get further, really make the most of this money. And I'm going to walk you through that. So first, you can save it, pay off debt, or do a combination of the two, right? Which is definitely a smart move. But I want to walk you through a few parameters in thinking about exactly how you want to go about doing that. First, if you don't have any kind of reserves or any kind of emergency fund, nothing, so your car breaks down in a week and you have nothing in savings to help you cover it, this stimulus check will probably take you further if you used it to create a reserve account or an emergency fund. So consider saving most of it if you don't already have any form of savings. If you do have a savings or a small emergency fund, if something came up, you'd be okay because you have that money put to the side, this is when you'll want to put most of it towards debt. Even if your debt is deferred, I know it feels nice not having to make a payment, but the reality is that debt is not going anywhere. Yes, it may be deferred, but at the end of the day, you are going to have to make a payment. Depending on what type of debt is deferred, so like your mortgage or your car payment, you may even have to make a big lump sum at the end of the deferment. So if you can, continue to make your debt payments. If you're paying off credit card debt, you have a small savings put to the side for any type of emergencies, use your stimulus check to make a big dent in that debt. Use it to take advantage of the low interest if that's what your creditors are offering. And I said that you could do a combination of both. So if you already have something in savings, you do have a little bit of debt. Okay, well, use half of it for savings and half of it to pay off debt. The good thing is that both cases are helping improve your situation. Okay, another smart way that you can use your stimulus check is to cover any big or upcoming expenses. So if you pay some expenses maybe once or twice a year and that bill is coming up in the next month or two, it would be nice to leverage a portion of your stimulus check to cover that expense so it doesn't hurt your budget. If you've already been saving for that expense, then great, you don't have to worry about it. But if not, your stimulus check can help make sure that that expense gets taken care of and your budget continues business as usual. Another thing you can do with your stimulus check money is invest it. And when I say invest, there's a few different ways you can go about doing that. I'm not just talking about the stock market. You could start a business, right? Clearly, virtual businesses are a very viable option in this day and age. Everybody's at home, everybody's online. That's something to greatly consider. If there is a skill or a service that you have and you want to offer it to the world, why not use some of that stimulus money to put you in a position to create bigger wealth over time? So that's one idea. Another idea is pay for a class, a coach, a course, a training program, something that will teach you the skills that you need to help you either save more money or make more money. Again, right now, everybody is online. There is a lot of stuff happening virtually. Businesses are going online, a lot of learnings, a lot of trainings. If you are on track with your debt, you have a good savings, use a portion of your stimulus check to invest in something that's going to help you long term. And then last thing you can do is invest it in the stock market. Maybe consider investing in an index fund. Right now, the market is in a pretty good place for you to get in, buy in, and just wait it out, right? But I will say, if you're going to go that route, make sure this is money that you won't need in the next 6 to 12 months. Otherwise, you may not make out what you need. But if you have time to wait it out, definitely invest. It's a great way to build true wealth over time. And then one last thing I want to share is this is extra money coming your way because of the craziness that we're in right now. That's fantastic, all good and well. I want you to be smart about it. Keep the non-essential spending to a minimum. If you're in the City Girl Savings Facebook group, then hopefully you are participating in No Spend April, which includes your stimulus check money. So regardless if you're participating or not, just make sure that you're using this extra lump sum to help improve your situation in some way, shape, or form. Do not spend it all on something that you don't need or won't remember what you bought a year from now, right? Make the most of it. I actually read an article that said a lot of people are using their stimulus checks to stock up on food. Just good. Food is an essential, but it can be easy to overspend in that area, so just be mindful. Yes, Lena, no spend April. Hopefully you're doing good with it. I am, thankfully. Another article that I read was from Pinterest that said online shopping was up 44% this time versus this time last year. So even in spite of coronavirus and what's going on, people are spending money online. So those are things to think about. Do not get sucked in and tempted to spend your well, I want to say hard-earned cash, but this is money that's coming to us because of what's going on. But don't be in a position where you're not making the most of it. So that's my final tip for you. Be wise with this extra money, save it, pay off debt, don't spend it if you don't need to, or leverage it to help you get ahead. I would love to know how you plan to allocate your stimulus check fund. So drop a comment to share or leave a comment in the Facebook group. Let me know. But I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in and watching. And let's kill the rest of this month and stay good with our no spend challenge. All right, guys. I hope you have a great night. Bye, everyone.